Hi, and welcome to this time of prayer. And when you think about expectations, do you find that sometimes maybe they're discouraging, or at other times they can be really encouraging? And so what does it mean to have expectations that are encouraging us and others in life instead of discouraging us, giving us extra burdens? So for today, I've got Philippians chapter 1, verses 19 through 20. I'm glad because I know that this will result in my release through your prayers and the help of the Spirit of Jesus Christ. It is my expectation and hope that I won't be put to shame in anything. Rather, I hope with daring courage that Christ's greatness will be seen in my body now as always, whether I live or die. Paul is in prison. He doesn't know what's going to happen. He doesn't know if he's going to live, whether he's going to die, whether he's going to be released, whether he's going to stay where he is. And so these are words like he is going to have an expectation and hope that he will continue to live connected to Christ no matter where he is. In fact, he will stay connected to Christ whether he lives or whether he dies. And so to think about that, an expectation on our life that is so deep and so meaningful, that gives us so much direction, that it carries us throughout. It carries us whether we are living or whether we are not. And so how much hope is in that? And so an expectation on life of how am I loving others? An expectation of how am I filled with joy? An expectation of how do I see hope and engage with others? So think about that. The expectations that encourage you and do not come to an end. That maybe even people reflect upon. I reflect upon people who are no longer on this earth, and I tell stories because they were so loving. Maybe they loved to dance, or there's something about the way that they lived that I still think about today. So their expectation, the way that they lived, has lived on beyond them. And so to think about that for ourselves in our everyday kind of living, expectations that are connected to Christ that do not end. Pray with me. Oh God, sometimes we find ourselves in real predicaments, and they are difficult times. Yet help us to have that connection, that expectation, that hope, that way of living, even if we find ourselves in situations we don't like. Help us to continue to live that is connected to you, to have an expectation of how we will conduct our life that is connected to you, that will live far beyond us. Amen. Have a great one.